Hello, everyone. How we doing tonight? This is Affinity for DeFi, and welcome to the Twitter space for the Golden One. Glad everyone can make it. Gonna give it a couple minutes for our other speakers to join us. We're gonna have RTG, Joe, and Reese as speakers tonight, in addition to myself. Looks like RTG is here. Give it about another minute for everybody to join.
RTG is here.
Hey, RTG, how you doing, sir?
I'm excited to be here. Excited to be in Gold One.
I'm excited too.
These are great times.
Oh, absolutely. Looks like we've got a great turnout tonight as well. And Joe or Reese, if you guys are on the call, if you can request to speak, so Bull or Gandalf can get you guys on. So I'm gonna go ahead and get started so we don't waste too much time. So again, everybody, welcome to the Twitter Spaces for the Golden One. My name is Affinity for DeFi. We do have a couple other speakers joining us. We're going to have RTG speaking and Reese speaking. Hopefully, you guys have been able to figure out how to get going. But I do want to start out, especially for new investors, with a recap of what we've done so far in the last couple of months. So just so everybody's aware, the Golden One is an ERC20 coin, can be purchased on Uniswap. There's Reese. Hi, Reese. Welcome. And it is in terms of functionality, which we're going to discuss tonight, it's got quite a bit of functionality and utility, which is to come. And where this coin, it started in a series of scenes, which has evolved into acts. Currently, we're in Act 2, moving into Act 3. But in Act 1, we got this great introduction in terms of the vision of this coin and how it's tied into that overall vision of decentralization, which for a lot of projects, that vision has, and we've discussed this in chat, that vision is kind of been lost in terms of greed and rug pulls, and this project has sort of moved beyond that. We're really looking to be the leader of that DeFi space. So we got a great introduction, a great to what the vision is of our developers. And there's a lot of speculation as to where that's come from. We've got this awesome community that's really been digging deep into that storyline. And in Act 1, we got this really cool hint through a video called Initiate the Movement Intro to a Little Friend. So I do encourage everyone, if you haven't yet, go on to our website, look at Act 1, take a peek at that video. And it really gives a great hint into who we are, or at least maybe the vision behind this. Also, with Act 1, what came was our first piece of utility, and that was the Golden DAO, which involved staking as well. So we do have a staking protocol. Again, get on our website, check out the Golden DApp, check out our protocol. If you've got some questions related to what that looks like, some of our tax structures, it's a 4-4 tax to buy in. Any transaction on the blockchain is going to be a 4% tax, but check out the white paper. The proof of stake coin for our project is Maya. And then we also have which also came out of Act 1, was our Valor token. This token is a soulbound token. And as far as we know, we think we're the first project to utilize the soulbound token. This is an earned token specifically for our Valor, and it's given to people who sacrifice for the project. And it's at the moment now all Valor are voted on chain, and we've had a couple rounds of on chain voting for Valor, and we'll take a deeper dive into that in a little bit. So that was Act 1. We're currently in Act 2. In Act 2, we put out another video called The Death of the Fourth, Birth of the One. Awesome video. I do say myself, I narrated that video, so I'm a little biased. I think it's a great video, but that video gives a great history of this project. And then we automized the DAO in Act Two as well. So it's a completely autonomous DAO at this point. It is not triggered by any mechanisms to the dev. It's automized. So that staking protocol, when we reach an 11 ETH threshold, the rewards are automatically distributed to the community. So that is something that came in Act Two. We were really excited to see that. And what has also come out of Act Two is our golden swap. I think this is going to be a game changer in the space. We've got a potential litany of options to come. Imagine taking all of the tools, the DeFi tools, in terms of being able to not only swap, but a reduced gas fee, being able to import any kind of customized token you'd like to, but other types of utilities that are going to be added to the golden swap, such as being like kind of like a dex tools utility being potentially tagged in there. There's quite a few potential options for the golden swap, but we really do think that the gold swap will be a game changer for the DeFi space, and we're really excited. So take a look at the Gold Swap. You can access the Golden Swap through our website. If you've got questions or potential utility to come on the Golden Swap, please jump on our Telegram chat, get in our Discord channel, get engaged with the community, and Valor community members alike are always interested in helping new investors. That's kind of where we've been. There's so much to recap, and I don't want to like spend this entire spaces just kind of recapping where we've been, but I do want to take a deeper dive into that golden swap. It's not going to be me. I'm a little less tech savvy. So Joe, have you entered the chat, my friend?
Oh, I'm here, brother.
All right, brother. Joe, take it away with some of the swaps. So pick up where I left off, man.
All right, man. So I don't know if anybody's logged in today to the swap. I have. I've been watching it like a hawk for the last 2 weeks. I know that many of the community members have been interacting with it, testing it, and it just keeps getting better and better. The token import screen today just had a major change to it. It looks just gorgeous. I think that everybody that I know of just was stunned at how, I mean, this thing's pretty, right? So we like it. We're proud of it. When they released it, I was cheering right alongside of the Golden Whale. So great job to the devs on making that happen and just knocking it out of the park. So yeah, there's some things that we need to go over. The first thing I want to talk about is the lower fees that are involved. So on Uniswap, you pay 0.3% for Uniswap fees. Well, on GoldSwap, initially it was released and they said it was going to be 0.2%. So it's already cheaper. And then we found out later that that fee is only on buys, not sells. And that 0.2%, that goes right into the gold mine. It goes right into the hands of the people who are staking. So if you aren't staking, make sure that you stake. Don't miss out on those rewards. They added a ticker to the top in the last week, and that ticker shows the most popular tokens that are being purchased using the swap. The features that are going to be added over the next few weeks, month, as they continue to just make this tool awesome, you're going to have the ability to do more research on purchases of tokens before you actually hit that button. I think that everybody out there has had the wonderful experience of putting money into a token and having it immediately disappear. We've all been rug pulled, right? So you'll be able to look in and do research right within the app, and you'll be able to see some honeypot detection, some rug pull notifications. So you can make better decisions. You'll be able to see the charts and the social info, such as web pages, Telegram chats that are associated with those tokens. So just everything that is in the gold swap is there to help buyers make a more informed purchase. And they can make it cheaper through us because we have lower fees. We're using an aggregator, so they're going to find the best price. And then you've got the ability to set auto slippage, auto versus manual router. And then, so the swap settings are very similar to those on USwap. Better interface, more options, more research, and the ability to get the best price possible. And then it feeds into the gold mine. I don't know if anybody has tried to import a contract to the gold swap now, but that is so much easier than any other swap that I've used. You just paste it in and shows up in the bottom window in the search area. You click it and you go.
Yeah, I haven't had a whole lot of time to play around with the swap today. I'm glad to hear about some of those updates that came on today, Joe. Hopefully some of our other communities have a chance to play around with it. I have had a chance to test the importing function, and that was so user-friendly.
Everything.
I'm so excited about the limit orders, the stop limit orders, and the ability to do that. If we get to develop that, and we talk about developing that in the future, that's a huge deal. That's going to be such a game changer for a decentralized exchange.
Yeah, absolutely. The ability to do limit orders, so you can set up, hey, I want to buy it if it goes this low, and I want to sell if it goes this high. So you can really mitigate situations where you may fall out of tolerance and lose more than on a specific token than you really want to lose. So limit orders can help you manage your risk profile. It's really awesome.
So when I said this is going to be a potential game changer for the DeFi space, I think you guys are already seeing this in terms of the swap. And then the utility that's already built into the swap and the coming utility, especially that limit order. Oh my God, I'm so excited about that. I don't think anyone else is doing this. Joe, RTG, correct me if I'm wrong. I don't know another swap doing this.
I haven't seen it in the DeFi space.
Neither have I. So what else on the swap,
not in a
Joe?
decentralized exchange.
Anything else on the swap, Joe, or is that kind of where we're at?
That's where we're at. I really do want to encourage people to use Discord to bring up these suggestions that everybody has. I've seen some really great ideas in the main Telegram, and sometimes they get a little bit lost. And definitely put them into Discord if you want to maybe have them more prominent, I guess I'd say.
And guys, questions in the Discord, always feel free to use that. And then also, there's always Valor on, and informed community members that aren't Valor that are on Telegram. So if you're not on those spaces yet, please feel free to get on our Telegram chat, get on Discord, check out our website. We're always available to answer questions. All right, Joe, thanks for giving us a rundown of the swap. Reese, are you available? I think you got a couple topics, Reese, that you wanted to chat about. You feeling better today, sir?
Yeah, I'm feeling better today.
All right.
I do apologize if I burst into a coughing fit, but I will do my very best to contain myself until after the spaces. Yeah, look, I just wanted to run over a couple of quick things. The first thing I wanted to touch on, guys, was the Combot messages that we have circulating at the moment. First one being Valar applications. Obviously, that's still very much alive. I'm not sure if everyone realizes, but there has been some updated descriptions to the roles in Discord. So if you haven't been in there in a while, I would suggest just going in there and having another look. Maybe there's been some tweaks that now you feel like you might be a bit more suited to something that you weren't so sure about in the past. And obviously anybody that has already applied, they're all still completely open. They haven't necessarily been written off. It just takes time. We're going backwards and forwards and sort of reassessing things as they go on. So for anybody that has already applied, maybe it's also still worth going back and having another look, because maybe now there's something else that you feel might be a bit more suited to you. Also on the Valar application front, obviously we had the proposal go through for Tom Shell the other day, and Tim has now reached the threshold for votes, which is amazing. But I won't congratulate him just yet, because obviously we're still waiting on the timer to expire. But the most important part is that the threshold has been met, so that's amazing. And also,
Awesome.
I also just wanted to mention that IRX9 has been moved into content creation. This happened a little while ago, but there wasn't any sort of specific announcements about it. But IRX has got some amazing creation skills. He's got a really creative mind, and I think he's going to do an amazing job in that role. IRX has actually just finished writing an awesome article, which is going to be published in a magazine that I won't speak too much on just yet, but the magazine will have some very interesting eyes on it. So I'm super pumped to get that out into the world and for the community to read. That's everything I can think of at the moment on the Valar applications. The other combat is the Rise With Us campaign. This is really just another reminder, guys. I mean, obviously, everyone's been doing an amazing job out there in the community, especially on Twitter. But, there's still so many avenues open right now. I mean, obviously, there's some getting involved with YouTube, which is awesome, but there's still a bunch more YouTube that could be happening. TikTok is still completely uncharted territory. You don't have to have a crazy crypto background or technical analysis background. There's so much content that's been provided between Bull and Gandalf that could just be used as like a tool just to narrate everything that's happened so far. And really just want to remind everyone that, that there's opportunities there, and there's the rewards that the funding that we've got there to reward everybody and support everybody through this. And we even had a guy come in like 2 days ago, I believe it was, that was super upset because he had to sell all his tokens he desperately needed the money, and he didn't have any more money to buy back in. And the community was like, why don't you get behind the Rise With Us campaign? You don't have to hold Gold 1 to be able to be a part of the campaign. And this is a way of you being able to potentially trying to secure some tokens. So you don't necessarily need to want to be an influencer, but the idea is that we've got the tools there to support you guys, and we desperately want to see the community get behind it. So at the end of the day, it's really just a reminder that that's there, and we're keeping a close eye on it all. And the other thing in regards to it is I probably just need to start collecting names from people that feel that they are contributing to this whole campaign, because obviously we can see everything out there, but when it comes to putting everything forward for the on-chain proposal, I just want to make sure that we don't miss anybody. So I'm wondering, I don't know if there's anything specifically on Discord for this. I'm actually wondering if the best way to do it is, if you guys are listening that are part of this Rise With Us campaign, to just reach out via my DMs on Telegram and just let me know that you're a part of it, and I'll start putting together a list. So when it does come time to put this forward on chain, I can just make sure that we haven't missed a single soul, because I'd hate for that to happen. And that's probably covers everything for Rise With Us campaign. The other thing I actually did want to mention, and this is a really new discussion, is we'll open up the chat at the end for some open questions, but I really just wanted to get everybody, the community's idea of what they thought about NFTs. This is obviously something that we haven't discussed for Gold 1 just yet, and we all really just wanted to get a feel about how the community feels about the idea of NFTs. How would you like the NFTs to be integrated into Gold 1 if we were to run with some NFTs? And what style of NFTs would you guys like to see? I mean, it's super open discussion. There's nothing set in place yet, but I thought we'll bring it up now, so when we get to the end and we can open the chat up for some discussions, whether you guys have some ideas that you would like to put forward.
Excellent, Reese. All right, sir. Thank you. Anything else?
No, I think that covers it for now. I think RTG is going to jump in with some ideas.
Heck yeah. Can you hear me loud and clear?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, man.
Okay, wonderful. It seems like we've got a delay there, but I get to talk about the Golden Fellowship, guys. I get to talk about community contributions. So we wanted to take some time tonight. I know some of this has already been mentioned, on some of the, like on Golden News, Elisa Golden Dragon, what she talked about on there. But we still want to take the time and recognize people for what they're doing out here with the community contributions. Mr. Kane at the Golden One, Mr. Cyan, him in Vietnam, they were able to impact 120 families in Vietnam, and they were able to provide provisions for those people. They also provided cash funds for the people, and they went to an orphanage there. When they went to the orphanage, they bought 10 new cribs for the children there. That was amazing to see that. Love children. 10 new cribs that they did, diapers, milk, supplies for the kids there, really making a huge difference in people's lives with their own personal money. And they chose to contribute to this. Kane and one other community member chose to contribute to that. And we just wanted to take the time and recognize such awesome hearts, basically, giving back to people. Also, Layla in Manila in the Philippines, same thing, going out and helping children and giving things and food to those people. Also traveling and going into areas where you had people that were homeless, that were living on I think in the Philippines, they call them street people, I believe is what they call it, the folks that are living there on the street. And they're going out and providing food and packages for those people that are on the street and struggling and just really having a tough time in their life, where they're at, where they find themselves at right now. So again, making a difference in people's lives, a real difference in people's lives. And we wanted to take a moment and recognize that. There's other community contributions we have that are going on as well. Like we were saying, TikTok is open. We've got Elisa the Golden Dragon out there with her show that she's doing, the Golden News. She's already had 2 of those shows that came out. It was amazing to watch that. Elisa, you're doing a fabulous job. Please keep moving forward with that. We're really proud to see how good you're doing with that. Layla under at the Golden Hearts, tweeting. She's been doing an amazing job on Twitter and getting a lot of messages out for the community and promoting things like that. Viking, the Golden Viking, and his daily boom of positivity. It just means so much to all of us, Viking, that you're doing that and that you bring that every single day, and you're creative about bring that boom every day, your boom of positivity. It makes a difference. It makes a difference in the community. It makes a difference for each of us that are coming out and participating every day out here. We've got Tim Shaw. Everyone's given amazing support for Tim Shaw, obviously, the fabulous job that he's doing on the mediums. I say his delicious prose, he makes us want to take a bite out of Gold One. Whenever you read what he writes about Gold One, it just makes you want to jump in head first. That's what it does for me. It's amazing. So make sure that you check out his mediums. He's doing an awesome job, and the community obviously recognizes it because of the fantastic support that he's getting. We're excited to be able to work with him in the Valor role for sure. Busy. We want to talk about, not forget a surprise giveaway, which is by Generalin in Crypto, at Generalin Crypto. It's basically a giveaway that as soon as the Gold One hits 13.9 million market cap again, then one of his followers that's also holding Gold One or Maya, its staking equivalent, is going to receive $1,337. So all you have to do is go out to at Generalin Crypto and follow him, and Busy One too. They're out there on Twitter every day. They're driving campaigns. They're getting the community excited. They're putting those things into Army. There's a lot of you that are supporting that and tweeting and making a difference for the community. And we want to just take a moment and recognize you guys. But everybody on this call and everyone that's going to listen to it in the recording, make sure you go to at Generalin Crypto, follow him. You've already got Gold One in your wallet, probably. If you don't, go get some on the Gold Swap and participate in that surprise giveaway. It could be another $1,337. You can use however that you want to. So thank you guys for giving me an opportunity just to take a moment and recognize everyone here that's doing that. We realize this is not an exhaustive list. There's probably more people out there that are contributing, obviously, and we hope to get all of you recognized in the future.
Hey, thanks for those community updates, RTG. We really appreciate that. That's kind of what's been going on with the Gold One over the last couple of months. We did kind of recap Act 1, Act 2, took a deep dive into the Gold Swap. This past week has been incredibly exciting. There's a lot of speculation going on, but really want to break down what are some of the facts. What's been going on? We saw a couple days ago some amazing price action. And a lot of it was preceded by tweets from Gandalf, tweets from our official Twitter. They saw this coming. Gandalf getting in the Telegram chat and kind of amping everyone up, getting us ready. And what came next was, I think, sent a shockwave through the crypto space. And that was the Ryosi research group's liking of a tweet by I'm going to get this wrong, Cyprian Pater. Okay. And there were a lot of LARP tokens out there that hung on to this as Ryoshi communicating with them. But what we got were on-chain reactions. Okay. Pater commented, he liked and commented on a Gold One tweet. He followed Gandalf, and Gandalf followed him back. Gandalf doesn't follow too many people, but he followed him right back. And then what we saw on chain was the Publique deployer purchasing Gold One on the gold swap. This isn't speculation, guys. These are things that actually happened. There's a lot of speculation in terms of what this gentleman's involvement is with Shiba Inu, whether or not there was some funding regarding Publique deployer and the Shiba Inu token, and there's some on-chain proof to that. But what we are seeing is that there's definitely some sort of relationship there between Gold One and this individual. We also, on what I thought was really interesting, is Pater Pontifex, that would be the Cyprian Pater's Twitter profile. On one of his responses to the Golden One's official Twitter page was he did a hashtag golden mean reign of reason with a photo of what looks to be a Shib dog, looks like a Shib, and then it looks like a Fibonacci sequence going around it. So he's interacting with us. So this isn't speculation. This is real. There's quite a bit that you could look into. We also had a Twitter post from, I believe it was from Gandalf, basically breaking down some of the history. On June 20th, there was an interaction with Suka to Gold One on an Etherscan. Take a peek at that. If you want, we can send you guys that Etherscan post. On May 29th, we had some interaction going back and forth between Gold to Suka. Discussed that only like on Twitter with Ryoshi Research. And then again, Pater purchased Gold One. That just blew my mind. What was also really interesting was Dima Buterin, who is Vitalik's father. He liked one of Gandalf's tweets. Again, we've got interaction with some big people in the space, some mysterious folks in the space, keeping eyes on Gold One and interacting with us. So we can repost those in Telegram. You can check out Gandalf's Twitter profile, check out the Gold One official Twitter profile, and we can provide some additional clarification there. But this last week, and what that led to was some amazing price action too. The price action of the market cap went up to a little over $8 million. We've seen a retrace of that, which is fine. We've hit a great back to a $4 million floor, which is better where we were at a $2.5 to $3 million floor. But the price action of the coin is really it's moving up and it's stabilizing. So I really think there's some more to come there, but it really shows who's behind this project, where's this project going, and I think we're going to see some amazing things in the coming weeks and coming months. So with that being said, we've had some questions coming into the community space. We really want to take a chance to answer some frequently asked questions that we've been sent. I think I'm going to pass that over to Joe. You got some questions that we're going to address?
Yes, sir.
All right, take it away, my friend.
All right, so I really appreciate everybody taking the time to send in just some excellent questions. So we tried to consolidate them and get some really good answers for you. Number one question, of course, was when Lamjo. I don't know where that one comes from, but maybe the main chat can help me out on that. All right, so first question that we have is regarding the liquidity locking. So originally, when Gold One was released, for every million in market cap reached, they were locking the liquidity pool for 4 months. As far as we know, there hasn't been anything that has been said that that's going to stop. However, as we grow, that lock really becomes inconsequential because our liquidity pool is growing now by the 1% tax. So that is locked regardless. The initial lock, the initial liquidity is every day with the volume. We're just reducing that piece of the pie, and we're growing. We have an amazing liquidity right now for our market cap of coin. And actually, if you look at percentage-wise, we beat out most of our competition in liquidity to market cap. Or the next question I have is, what happens to the chart when a contract distribution or disbursement happens? Is there a physical sell on the chart? The quick answer to that is yes. And what happens is when the contract disbursement happens, you will see a sell by a wallet, and you'll see an immediate sell by the same wallet. And that's actually the contract disbursement happening. It's just the way that it's shown by DEX tools and DEX Screener. And the next question that we had is why Ethereum, and if there's any plans to move away. Ethereum was chosen because of the move to proof of stake, smart contracts. It's easier to build projects on the Ethereum blockchain. And our long-term mission is we're going to complete the ecosystem on the Ethereum blockchain.
Okay, great. And if you guys have any other questions at the end, if we do have time, we're going to open up the spaces for a couple questions from you guys too. The four of us here, myself, Affinity, RTG, Joe, and Reese, we really wanted to take some time to close out our piece of this by discussing, why are we investors in Gold One, this amazing project that I think each of us has really gotten behind and fell in love with, and we've devoted a good chunk of our lives to this. So, RTG, you want to go first, sir? Why are you in Gold One?
I'm in Gold One to change my life and those people that are around me, but it's really a story of redemption for myself. I just want to share a little bit about my history and how I ended up here. I know a lot of people want to know who we are as Valor and what's going on with the Valor and what kind of history we have. We don't really know that much about each other. So I want to take a second and just say about how I ended up here. And it goes back to, for me, it starts in February of 2017. Really, the change for me started back in 2012 when I almost died from a bee sting accident. Or not accident, I was a beekeeper that found out he was allergic to bees. And I found out by getting stung, going into anaphylactic shock and almost dying. And at the time I worked in retail. It was a life-changing experience for me because I had $10 in the bank and I had 4 children. And the emotional weight of that, coming out of that, I said, it's never going to be the same again. Sorry, still emotional to talk about it. But when I looked at myself and I felt how low that I felt emotionally, I said, it's never going to be the same again. I'm going to change my life. And I started doing things differently. And part of that was starting to save money. So I immediately, the next week, changed and started saving 10% of my income. And my wife did the exact same thing. We went from saving nothing to we were spending everything we were making to saving 10% of our income the next week. And then it was 15% at the end of the year. And then we moved it up to 17%. And what that did, when we got over $10,000 in saving, then my mind started working different. I had read Think and Grow Rich and things like that. And my mind started, how can I employ this money? How can I be a good steward over this money? Well, I found cryptocurrency. And I was already a hard money person. I had invested in silver, for instance, because I like hard money. And I'm sitting there, I had a lot of silver, and I'm watching the silver prices. I start seeing Bitcoin. Bitcoin sort of had similar things. I understood with the supply and everything. I became a Bitcoin maximalist and started trading Bitcoin and Litecoin and ran up to where I had 45 Bitcoin back in 2017 before China decided to outlaw. And I had just got involved in margin trading, was trading totally ignorantly, and got completely overextended. And China decided to outlaw Bitcoin back then on the mainland. And I lost $64,000 overnight. I had never even made $64,000 in a year, and I lost $64,000 overnight. But I took the money that I had left, and I was going to be really smart, and I went out and I invested in a altcoin that had been labeled as a pump and dump, and got really involved in the community and thought I could pull it off. And my brother got involved with it, and we spent 3 years of our life, and we lost every bit of that money. And then I found out that I owed the IRS about $75,000 on the gains that I had. It was about a $250,000 lesson in my life between trading out of ignorance and the gains that I had that I invested in something and lost the money. And so it was a huge experience. I lost a lot of money. I lost 4 years of saving, $65,000, plus the gains that I had made. Some things went right, some things went off, and I lost all that money. Had to pay the IRS, like I said, $75,000. And I did nothing for 3 years other than watch this space. And when Bitcoin was $3,600, I was telling my wife how bad we needed to invest in this Bitcoin. But if I would have probably invested back then, I would have been divorced, and I have 4 children, and I love my wife a lot. So for 3 years, I just watched. And then I'm sitting in my garden one day, and I'm having a conversation with my wife, and I said, in this book, Think and Grow Rich, it talks about within every adversity, every single adversity, is the seed of an equal or greater benefit. This is the largest financial adversity I've ever had in my life. What is the benefit? Where is the seed that we can plant in our life? If we look around here, what is the seed? And she thinks I'm crazy, Where's the seed? So we had a junk Volvo that had a blown head gasket, and I said, hey, I asked my children to help. She wanted me to give it away. I said, let's roll this car out to the street and put $400 on it. Maybe that's part of our seed right there. And when I wrote $400 on it, I also wrote or 0.1 BTC. And I told my children, to GET, you have to ASK. It's a great ability in life. You've got to be able to ask for things in your life. And I wrote 0.1 BTC. They helped me push that car to the street. I promise you, 19 people looked at this car, and no one wanted to give me $400 for this old Volvo with a blown head gasket. And they kept offering me $250 or $200. And I would tell them, hey, I'm going to burn the car. If I can't get $400 for it, I'll burn it. I'm not going to sell it cheaper than that. And along comes this guy, real eccentric guy on an old Harley with pipe fittings for a backrest on his Harley. I mean, real eccentric, wires hanging out the side of his thing. And he's looking at the car, and he's talking to me about it. And he says, hey, what is that 1 BTC thing on there? I said, it's actually 0.1 BTC, sir. And he said, well, I think I've got 0.1 BTC. I said, well, I'll take it if you have it, for sure. And he said, yeah, I bought it back in 2017, the same time when I had started. I bought it back in 2017. I've got a receipt where it's on there. If you'll take it, I'll give it to you. I said, I'll definitely take it. So he goes home, he comes back, and he brings me 2 receipts, one from the ATM where he bought it and one with the private key for that Bitcoin. So I looked it up on the blockchain. It said it was there. I was like, man, this is when Bitcoin was $9,500. And I said, sir, I have to be honest with you. That Bitcoin you're about to give me there, or you want to give me, is worth $950 today. I put 0.1 Bitcoin because it was worth about $3,900, $390 not very long ago. So, but I just want to be honest with you. It's worth $950 today. And he said, sir, I paid $300 for this. If you'll take it, I'll give it to you. I don't even know how to sell it. I said, I'll definitely take it. So he takes the car. I take the 0.1 Bitcoin. And 5 months later, my little seed from that right there, I sold when Bitcoin was $47,000. And I got $4,700 for that old junk Volvo and rolled it out to the street. I bought Litecoin with that, and I was back into doing the things that went really well back in 2017, right? And I started over. Involved with the project. I became a part of what they called their underpaid workers, which was just a core group of people that could share information with me. I learned a lot of great things with that project. My income took off. I mean, it was amazing. We got those things, COVID refunds from the government. That thing went in there because I have 4 children. I put that in there to continue to add money to projects that we were invested in, and things became different in our life, right? And it was that seed that then began to become the blossom. And that project did well. And then when the market started coming down, I said, I don't want to go all the way back down to where I've been before, because I've been in a project that went down to nothing. And I said, I'm going to sell some of this project, even though I was diamond handing it for sure. I said, I'm going to sell some of this project, and I'm going to look for other projects like this and see if I can find a project earlier that's some really good projects. So I started looking around. And me and some of my friends were looking at things and just helping each other and sharing information. And along comes Gold One. And I don't know what it is about Gold One. I think it's the community and just the whole idea that it may be real, just a possibility in the beginning that these guys may not be lying. It's like you have to use that discernment that we have, right? So I think it's that spirit of discernment. Like, is this thing real? That other project that I was in that did well, I felt that about it, and it did prove to be real. And it was that feeling here that made me stay and keep looking at it. And now being involved with these guys and working with them, and the talent, I mean, there's some talented people that is working on this project. And I'm just really grateful to be here, guys. That's how I ended up here. I'm so excited to be here. I'm excited to take the stuff that I've learned over the last 5 years and being involved in these communities and to, use it here to help us and to help people continue to make a difference for other people.
I love that story, RTG. Thank you, sir. Reese, why are you here?
Wow, God, it's quite hard backing up that story from RTG. That's quite an incredible story that you've got there. And look, I mean, I'm not going to go into those kind of details and sort of be able to offer anybody a heartfelt story like you've just shared. And honestly, I mean, I haven't written down anything here, and I don't want to give a big long story because I know everybody wants to probably get some questions answered in terms of from the community. But look, I mean, before I found Gold One, it was getting to the point where I was feeling pretty beaten and defeated by everything in the space with the rugs and the losses of funds and the abandoned projects, and it was getting to the point where I was pretty worn out by everything. And fortunately, I was following Aaron, and Aaron's a fellow Valar member here. That's obviously an amazing addition to the team. And prior to Aaron being involved in this, we were both involved in another project, which was typically another disaster. But thankfully, I chose to follow Aaron on Twitter prior to leaving that project, and Aaron would not stop harping on about this amazing new project called the Golden One. And so finally I caved, and I decided to do a little bit of research into it. And obviously the rest is history at the end of the day. And I guess the things that I want to mention is to what sort of reignited my excitement and brought all these feelings back to the surface about why I'm involved in crypto in the first place is not only is this project obviously one of a kind and what Gandalf and Bull are producing here, but they have done an incredible job at presenting it in a way that really helps us, like really pushes us to broaden the scope of our imagination and think outside the realms of our regular trains of thought. And that's brought a lot of new ideas and discussions to the forefront of our minds. And in this short period of time that I've been involved in this community, I've really watched the community mature and grow together as one, and it's made me absolutely fall in love with this community. I think this place really does feel like home, and that's really not something that can be imitated. So I mean, I just wake up incredibly grateful every day to be a part of this journey with all of you guys, and it's a new purpose that I have that I didn't know was missing in my life. And I can't wait to see what the future holds for each and every one of you. And yeah, thank you for all being here.
Thanks, Reese. A little bit about why I'm here. I started investing in crypto about 7 years ago. I got really heavily just invested into Doge, and I did very well in Doge. After that Elon tweet, it made me seven figures. It turned me into a millionaire almost overnight. And I wasn't involved in the DeFi space, but I wanted that again. I'd kind of lost my chance with SHIB, and I was looking for that next SHIB, like I think everybody else was, and I found it in a project that I thought was it. I got involved in that team, but it became an abandoned project. I lost some of my spirit with crypto. I really, I've done fine in business and my profession, and I've owned real estate and things like that. So it wasn't like a desperate thing, but I really enjoy being involved in the community that is crypto. It's so cool how these projects, the community sort of take on a life of their own, and I wanted that. And I was searching for it, and like everyone else, I got rugged, and I almost left. Been rugged after rugged, and I stumbled upon gold. I think it was in one of my groups, one of my DGen groups, like we're all probably a part of, and I got into the Telegram and got really pulled in by the story, but also the involvement of the developers. Golden Bull from the start, he was just really keeping people pumped, really keeping people intrigued. I liked that idea of the mystery. And I liked being part of that pumping as well. And next thing I knew, I was a Valor. And I've absolutely fallen in love with this community. That's what's kept me here. It's not necessarily the price action, which I think I'm 100% certain will come as more is revealed, but I love this community. I love being a part of it, and I love being where we're at and working with these guys here and all the other Valor. There are so many intelligent people involved in this project. We're all professionals. We all have our own lives and outside of the space, but we're all dedicated to this project, and we're dedicated to the community too. So I appreciate you guys being here today. So thank you. All right, we're gonna tail end it with the rock star of our community. I think everybody loves Joe. So I wanted to
Golden Joe.
end it with Joe. Joe, why are you here, sir?
So that's a good question. I got into the crypto space last year, and I just found it a way to kind of grind and add a little bit of extra income here and there through mining, validating, and then earlier this year, I got into PooCoin trading and just really put a lot of money into that and just got crushed. All the scammers that are out there, it really had me in a bad place. And I was part of a couple communities, and they're really great. And I hear about Gold one day, and a couple people were talking about it in the community and on social media, and I figured, okay, well, I'll check it out. So I looked at the website, and this is just after, it was the 20th. I don't know if Act 1 had been released or not on the original website. Actually, no, it hadn't when I bought in. And I thought, this is really cool. I really like how it's written, the values that were put forth in the messaging that was there really intrigued me and attracted me to the project. So I watched, and every time there was a timer, I was there. And before the release of Act 3, then I joined Telegram, and all the excitement around that time was just incredible. It was intoxicating, and I got pulled into it, and I don't know, the inner degen in me and the inner degen in all of us kind of was taken off a little bit, and we were just partying, and it was high energy, and that was fun. And then then we had that dark time after, and that's when the community really started to grow together. We had just been through something really difficult, but everybody who really believed in the project hung out, and we really just grew together, and we're all family. Everybody looks out for the other one, and I love that about this place. And that's really what kept me here, and what's kept me keep putting into the project as it comes, and realizing that anytime you're interacting with somebody, there's a real person on the other side of that screen, and being yourself. And I heard the other day that the main chat can be scary, and if you're reserved and you're scared, I want you to know that we're all here and we're going to welcome you with open arms. And we're all here for each other. You're part of our family. The inner circle is just, it's so wonderful. You see people bearing really important things, and the level of support that goes out. Affinity, I think you mentioned the person who had sold Gold 1 and they were kind of on the downs, and everybody just surrounded them with that level of love that I think that we all have deep in our hearts, and giving them suggestions for where to learn skills that could help them rise out of the situation they're in. Or when people are talking about being sober for a long time or a short time, everybody's encouraging them. We're here to celebrate the good, help each other through the bad. We've had people going on vacations and we're celebrating with them. We've had people move into a new place and we're celebrating them. And I just love this community, and just having the opportunity to serve at the pleasure of that community, it's humbling. So I try to knock it out of the park every day for each and every one of you, because you're the reason I'm here. You really made me believe in crypto again.
And I think
we love you, Joe.
What we found through the four of us and some of the other Valor, we've all sort of gone through those experiences. And Joe, you hit it. We can all sit behind our Telegram handles and our Twitter handles, but we are all real people at the end of the day. We're humans. And we do share our love for crypto and wanting to make it, and which is why we're all here, but we're here for the community too. And as you guys can see, our devs haven't left. They're here in this space right now. They're here. They're interacting with hearts and applause. Like, they're here. They're people too. And we are going to make it, guys. So with that being said, I do, in the last couple of minutes, I want to just take a couple of questions. If we don't know the answer, please put it into the Telegram chat. We can double back and get with the developers and Gandalf or Bull, and they can provide us with answers. But if you do have questions, please raise your hand, and I'm going to take just a couple of them. Does anybody have any questions for us?
I would certainly love to hear everybody's thoughts on the whole NFT concept, and whether this is something that the community is supportive of or whether they're against it. Even if you guys are just writing something in the Telegram chat, I'm watching this at the moment. If you guys aren't comfortable speaking on Twitter. It looks like Brad's hand is up.
I don't see it. Let's see here.
It might be because it needs to be. I don't know if we can bring them in, because V's also saying that she wants to talk.
Okay.
This is all happening from Telegram.
And I'm on my phone, guys. I do apologize. I don't know if I have the ability. I
think it has to be from the Golden One Twitter account. JB,
okay.
Are you listening, Bo? If you're able to bring anybody in that has their hands up.
So with that being said, guys, I think let's it looks like
there we go. Here's V.
Hi guys, how are you doing tonight?
Hi V.
I just wanted to quick say, Golden Bull, we love you. Thank you for everything you've done. I've been in since May, and your words are inspiring. Gandalf, you're amazing. I love when you're in chat, and thank you so much for everything you've done through my troubling time in August. RTG, you are an inspiration. You've been through everything and beyond, and you know what? You're going to come out on the other side smarter and better off because of it. Golden Joe, we love you. Affinity, we love you. Reese, we love you. You guys, this community just does something else to us. And all I wanted to say and comment on regarding the NFTs is what happened to We're Not About Burgers and JPEGs.
That's a good question.
Yeah.
It was crappy JPEG.
Crappy JPEG.
It was crappy
There you go. Yes.
I think it's just an idea for, that's come about from the community. It's something that we can vote on chain if it's the community's interested. So it's something that we want to kind of put out there and further discuss as a community.
I get that. Thank you so much, guys. And once again, thank you for this community. It truly means a lot to me. Y'all are golden and you're my fam.
Thank you, B.
We're so
Thanks,
glad
B.
you're here every day.
Any other questions?
Yeah, it looks like we've got Skywalker and we've got Chain. I can't see the rest of the name, but someone Chain.
I didn't want to speak while somebody else was speaking, so thank you for taking my question. I guess my question is, and maybe it's a naive question, what do you see price action by the end of the year and maybe second quarter 23? What do you think?
I honestly, Skywalker, I don't want to speculate. I think it's going to come out as to what is revealed in the coming acts. And that's not something we really know. And I think, again, other things that will be revealed, Golden Bull and Gandalf have alluded to us receiving additional information in terms of what will be revealed. But we do get that sense, we lead. We want to be a leader in this space, and we want to be the leader in the space. And what we think will come is that everybody in the DeFi space will know of Gold One and will be interested in investing in Gold One. Gandalf alluded to the other day this being $100 million project. Is it going to be $100 million project by Q2, by Q3, by the end of this year? I don't know. But I think what we're looking at here is a project that has the potential to become a $100 million project.
Thank
And
you.
beyond.
I'll keep listening and getting educated by y'all. I appreciate it.
Absolutely.
Thank you for the question. We also don't like to speculate on price because we can't tell the future, right? And the people go and they make decisions based on that speculation, and that's just not really the right road for us to go down. But we're going to continue to build value like they've continued to do. These guys continue to deliver, and we know that the market recognizes, appreciates, and values good, solid development and delivery.
I think one other person was invited into the chat. Jane Dasher.
How's it going, guys?
Good. How you doing?
Welcome, man.
Yeah, thank you for bringing me up. And I didn't really have a question per se, but I just I wanted to express my gratitude to this project. Similar to what you guys were talking about, I mean, it really renewed my hope in crypto. I was all pretty much done with it, very leery, and the way I found it was just incredible. I guess you could say it was like a universe thing or a God thing, but was looking through Etherscan at some different transactions and ended up finding Gold One. Was like, what is that? And then, the story just goes from there. I'm not going to get into all that, but even this conversation tonight just confirms for me, that why I'm here, I guess. And listening to the Valors, speak and tell while they're here as well and their why just confirms that we got some great people in this project. And it's been awesome. As far as the NFTs go, I do like that idea. And I like the idea of supporting artists as well. So if there was some kind of way that we could do that where we're encouraging people to create art even within our own community, and then setting something up to where that artist is getting supported when their NFT sells, and then maybe the other portions are divided up somehow that benefits the people in general. But I do like that idea.
Yeah, that's a really cool idea, man. That's something that I'll definitely note down and put forward to the team.
Cool.
Anyone else?
Thank you for being here, Rob.
I think that's everybody that we've got up on the top there.
Well, I do want to thank everyone for joining us tonight. What I also like saying, just scrolling through the list, we've got some big influencers in here that I know have been involved in the project. So we want to thank you guys for supporting us and not dropping your bags. Not going to call you out, but we know you're here. So thank you very much. Additionally, thank you, Gandalf and Bull, for continuing to support this community and for being here for us and delivering as promised. Every time you promise, you continue to deliver. So you guys are amazing. So thank you so much. Guys, if you have any questions further, please feel free to go into the Telegram and go on to Discord. We're here for you guys. With that being said, thank you, everybody, and have a great night.
Thanks, team.
Thanks. Good night.
Thank you all for being here. Boom.